I'm going to talk today about why I became a plant-based vegan. Um, I was vegan. Actually, my friend Rachel introduced me to veganism. She became a vegan while living in Japan, and she was like giving me, little tidbits of information at a time, and we would talk about it back and forth. And I'm a nurse, so I know that it's good for you. But she ended up sending me a link to a video that I watched, and I was vegan last year for a while, and I got pregnant, and the cravings were so bad. And I went back. I couldn't take it. And I think it was like something like I was craving like chili cheese fries, something gross like that. But um, anyways, so I have three children that I had naturally, and since having them, I got married to my husband, and we tried for a baby, and we actually ended up losing our baby. We've lost six babies back to back, which doesn't make much sense for me because I've had three children. And, dealing with that, I gained a lot of weight through that time. It was from December 2012 until March of this year was the last miscarriage. And I went from 137 pounds to probably like 203. And, I had an enlarged thyroid, which they could not figure out what was going on with that. I didn't have, like, they did, like, not a biopsy, but an ultrasound. They couldn't figure out what was going on with that. I also was with the last pregnancy. I did end up going back to veganism about halfway through, and halfway through, the time I was pregnant. And I was on a lot of medication to try to sustain that pregnancy. I was on Lovenox, which is a blood thinner. I was on prednisone. I was on I think I was taking something like 10 to 20 pills a day, like vitamins and it was crazy. I was taking a lot of stuff. And by the time I got done, I already have like big cheekbones and things like that. And my face was out to here. I was very swollen. It was crazy. My hair had started falling out, from stress, and I was depressed. I had anxiety. I had gotten rid of anxiety, and I kind of came back during all of this. So after the last miscarriage happened, I was vegan, but I call it Oreo veganism. And I always say like you're Oreo vegan. It's the vegans that eat all processed and like they eat Oreos every day and you know chips every day. It's like veganism is good. I mean, regardless if you're processed, non-processed, we're all vegans. But you want to be healthy. It's not just to I'm not going to eat animal products because I'm looking out for the animals. Look out for the animals, but look out for you too. You have to be healthy. So, um, through you know social media, which can be used for good every now and again, um, I was losing the babies and stuff. I actually discovered the Tierra Goes Green program, and I just absolutely love Tierra. She saved me from me. I um, met with her, and her program was not about veganism. It was about just a detox of your full self to help you reach your best self, your highest level of potential, your highest vibrations, your highest version of you. And I was already vegan when I started, and just reading and researching and getting back into what really matters, I realized that I needed to up my game and be better than just vegan, and that's where plant-based veganism came in for me, where I kind of went away from the processed food, went away from the vegan chicken nuggets, and every night it was basically like we were still eating the way we did before. We just replaced everything with vegan meat, and I learned what these foods do for me. I'm a nurse, and we study more nutrition than doctors do, but we still don't do enough. I mean, I learned how to use smoothies and juices and eat certain foods that alter my body, that made the periods after my menstrual cycles, after my miscarriages easier to deal with. I, you know, just it was such a change for me. I had to deal with myself during that program, and I have to say I think what I ate helped because I wasn't able to drown my sorrows in spinach and kale. It boosted me. It made me feel better. It made me work out. It made me fight. Um, and I really am. I thank God for finding Tierra, and I thank God for discovering plant based veganism. Um, some of the reasons that I am still a plant based vegan, I do not have an enlarged thyroid anymore. Um, I had actually lost, I think now it's like 40 pounds, 41 pounds, something like that, and kept it off. My skin, as you can see, I still have some acne, but it is like 70 to 80% better. I had terrible acne. Um, I have like just all over changes, you know. I'm actually building muscle. I am my freaking stretch marks are going away, and that was before I started putting anything on them. My skin like shines now. I don't have acne on my arms, my back, my chest, any of that anymore. The swelling is gone, as you can see from my face. Um, just all kind of changes. I don't get migraines. I had a migraine. I only get migraines if I put myself in a situation that I know I shouldn't be in, which I mean, like I put myself in a situation I know it's going to stress me out. But I don't get those migraines anymore. I don't have painful periods. I barely notice when I have them. I don't. My menstrual cycles are great. I hate to say that because I know it sounds strange, but they're really great. I poop regularly. I did not before. I know that's something we don't talk about, but you should. I didn't poop on a normal basis. I barely went every like 4 days or so. And if I didn't go like every 6 days, then I would like, okay, let me drink some really hot water. Let me get some coffee. But I go every day. It's really good going on down there. I don't have that big bloated stomach. My body is sculpting to very awesome shape. But beyond all of that, I am on a whole new level of health. I can run long distances. I am able to just breathe better, to see better. I have better memory. Um, I am doing better in school now than I did when I was younger. It's just so many things that have changed. My family are they're doing great. I have a daughter who had severe allergies, and since putting her on a plant-based diet, she doesn't have those issues anymore. You know, just so much has changed as far as health, and I'm happier. You know, I don't think that any animal should suffer so that I can have a hamburger. I don't think that we should be mass producing animals for this purpose and then mass killings. It's not right. You know, just because you can, just because you're the dominant species doesn't mean that you should take advantage and abuse because I truly believe, and this is coming from the stance of a black woman, that abuse on any level is wrong. When you start to think it's okay to abuse anybody, any earthling, any creature, then what you're doing is saying that you're telling yourself it's okay to cause that kind of affliction and that kind of pain. And it's a slippery slope, it's a slippery slope to go from animals to people to babies. I think of things like that if you take a look at some of these movies on Netflix, Fed Up, Hungry for Change, Veganized, and just look at the things they recommend. Look at the different movies that'll come up after that. There's one movie I watched where a guy, I think I actually had to watch this on my computer, like they were physically abusing these animals and they thought it was funny. I said, these guys are freaking sick serial killers. And you gotta think about it. They'll do that. What would they do to you? You gotta think of it that way. I mean, plant based veganism has changed my entire life. And you can ask anybody around me, I will always recommend it. I don't force it on my family members. I don't make anybody feel bad because they don't do it. But I always tell them, I mean, it can save your life. I've seen it, you know, before I met my husband. I nobody knows this, but I had issues with anorexia, with not eating. I just didn't. Um, Dealing with the relationship I was in, I just would not eat, and it wasn't a good way to lose weight. I didn't do it to lose weight. I just didn't eat. I didn't like the way I look, and I was so stressed and going through so much that I just did not eat. And with plant-based veganism, I had to learn to love my body, to give it good food, and I think that's why I can be so committed to it. Before, when I was vegan, I did it because I felt bad for animals. And that's a good reason to be a vegan. But when I learned to be vegan, because I loved myself, because I loved and valued myself enough to give myself the best that's available, that's when veganism became more than what I eat or how I eat. It became a part of me. And I hope that somebody out there who's watching this video will see this or hear this and realize that it is a awesome way to live. It is such a it helps on every level. It helps people. It helps animals. You know, when we have the water shortages, a plant-based diet saves more water than all the showers you could stop. You know, just the peace of mind and the peace of soul and the way that your body will become aligned with nature and the way it was supposed to be. You will not regret this ever. Reach out to me if you need help. I am always available, and if I can't help you, believe me, I will point you in the right direction. Um, any of my sisters, any of you queens or empresses out there who are thinking about a vegan lifestyle, who are curious about it. Like I said, I'm from the South. My dad's family, we are straight. You know, we love our food. We love our soul food. You know, so I know how it feels. I know how hard it is to step away from that. But anything that you can make, we can make vegan. So don't worry about that part. But think for me, I said I want to meet my children's children. You know, I might not be able to run with them, but I want to at least meet them. I plan on living a very long and fruitful life and then going on to much greater. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video as to why I'm a plant-based vegan. I know sometimes I get off topic, but I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys learned something from it. I hope you guys maybe it'll encourage you to go into plant-based veganism. You know, I'm sure I'll make another video on why it's important for, you know, your family, for the environment. But that's just my personal story, and it's just a little bit of my story. So you guys have a good day and enjoy.